Good morning, Zoo here. And before we get started, I just wanted to go over a few things. One, if you haven't already, you should subscribe to the channel. Two, if you haven't followed me on TikTok or Twitter, Twitter, you should probably go do that too. And or it doesn't matter, both, one, doesn't matter. Anyway, three, if you ever want to support the channel, you can do that now, utilizing Ko-Fi. Links are down below. So with all that, grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? And today, we're talking Activision, because Activision has filed a lawsuit, and I'm not sure how I feel about this. But yeah, let's take a look, shall we? And of course, that's a new pre-roll intro that I was doing. I wanted to do something because I have this horrible habit of remembering to actually say the things. We know this, I have to take notes and stuff, but yeah, if you're interested, I now have a Ko-Fi. You can buy me a cup of coffee whenever you feel like it, and help support this channel, because eventually I am going to have to do some upgrades, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a new hard drive soon enough, and I just don't have the money for that. But anyway, aside from that, Activision has filed a lawsuit against a cheat site, EngineOwning. So what exactly is EngineOwning? This is a site where you can go and subscribe to them. You give them money and stuff. They give you a suite of different things to hack Call of Duty, Halo, Halo Infinite, and various other titles, right? It's probably one of the reasons that I kind of fell out of playing FPSs. Not gonna lie, because it's probably one of the reasons why it is the reason why I fell out of playing FPSs. I used to be really damn good. No, just to toot my own horn for a second. Insanely good, especially at Halo and Call of Duty and stuff. However, I didn't really play it competitively or anything else like that. I have a co-host this morning. This is Callie, the cat, right here in the corner here. Yeah, what you doing, baby? What are you doing? Anyway, but yeah, when you're playing the game and then there's a lot of suspect things and how some people are pulling off certain things and stuff, and when you play it as much as I used to play it, you sort of notice these things. And it really takes the drive of wanting to play when there's probably going to be a cheater somewhere on the other team or possibly on your team in the next game or two, right? And this is a major problem in a lot of FPS third person, titles and stuff of this genre, essentially, right? Now, what is concerning, of course, because I'm not going to sit here and say they shouldn't have a right to do what they're doing, right? If you followed me before or in the past and stuff, I've said this before. I don't mind you hacking, cheating, modding your games. Mainly, however, I leave that to single player stuff, right? As long as you're doing things that is single player and it's not going to affect anybody else's ability to play and stuff like that, I'm totally fine with that. But when you start doing this online and it actually becomes this weird this thing where when it actually affects people online, like this kind of game or something, it's a weird thing. Let's see, what is a game that recently I've been playing and it kind of came up, right? Bloons TD6, I think is what it's called, tower defense, right? So it's a tower defense game, and I was looking into videos online and stuff, because I'm trying to learn about this game. And me and D-Pad Chad have been playing a lot of it. I've been trying to get Thomas 13th to play, but he's been sick. I think it was him. Yeah, anyway, they've been busy, but we've been playing a lot of that and stuff, and I've been looking up a lot of stuff, and I was like, oh, that is cool, you can do that. So then I go and I try to test the thing doesn't actually work, and I'm like, how in the world they do that? And then I start looking further into it. And if you go into the description of the video and stuff, somewhere it says, this is a hack of, or this is a whatever mod in something, but it's not really like in the title, and they don't actually say it out loud in the video. And we know how people are about looking in the description for information. So, you know, and it turns out that a lot of this community seems to be filled with hacking and mods, as far as I can tell, when it comes to this game, which is a weird thing, right? Because on one hand, I actually don't mind it. I don't care that they're hacking and they're modding this particular game. Hello, kitty cat. Right here, because I'm not going to throw you behind me like some people out there. Anyway, so it brings this weird question, because it does have an online component to it, right? And it's got these online challenges, which then I can understand. Then I can go ahead and say, no, you shouldn't be hacking that bit there. But, you know, there's other hacks and stuff to it where you're just increasing your level to get more, you know, monkey knowledge or whatnot, or to unlock other towers so you can utilize them while you're playing in the game, which I really don't have a problem with people doing at all. And yeah, so it lays in this really weird location where I'm okay for people hacking it, right? And they're hacking in towers and this, that, and the other. Totally fine with that. However, when it comes to the online component of it, really wish they wouldn't do that, right? There's a lot of really suspect times on the leaderboards, and you're just like, how? How does anyone even get close to that number? But anyway, so with the tangent out of the way of that, Activision is suing this company, and of course, if you want to look at the lawsuit, it's right here. I will link this down in the description for you, so you can go take a look at it at your leisure, because you know, it is decently a long thing, and I'm not going to sit here and bore you with reading 24 pages, but it does outline you know, what it is that they're trying to accomplish here, right? But yeah, apparently the suit describes the EngineOwning as a German business entity and numerous individuals, accusing them of trafficking in circumvention devices, intentionally interference with contractual relations, and unfair competition, which totally agree with that, right? That's what that's doing. You know, you take this into multiplayer, which everybody is doing when they have this sort of thing. That is exactly what they're engaging in, right? EngineOwnings offers subscriptions that bundle together cheats including aimbots, wall hacks, radar, trigger bots, which will shoot automatically when aiming at a player. So essentially, you don't have to pull the trigger, right? And optionally, whenever one is within a set range, recoil and bullet spread removal, rapid fire, and various workabouts for anti-cheat detection. EngineOwning cheats are available for various Call of Duty games, as well as several Battlefield games: Star Wars Battlefront 2, Titanfall 2, Splitgate, Halo Infinite, and apparently they are working on cheats for Overwatch as well, which would be an interesting thing to see them actually pull off Overwatch cheats. I'm not gonna lie. If it's, as much as we harp on Blizzard, Blizzard does do a pretty good job at keeping people from hacking their games. That's just the truth of the matter. They do a pretty decent job at preventing that. So that would be interesting to see if they crack the Overwatch code one of these days and cheats become heavily infested in Overwatch. Anyway, Activision's lawsuit seeks to put a stop to unlawful conduct by the organization that is distributing and selling for-profit numerous malicious software products designed to enable members of the public to gain an unfair competitive advantage. Now, let's stop for a second, because this is where I go, does Activision really have a case, right? We saw this with Roblox, where they described certain things in this weird way and calling it hacking and this, that, and the other. And honestly, in my opinion, being the troll that they are, they're probably just making numerous accounts, and it's not really hacking anything, right? They're just making a new account, appearing, then getting banned again. But at the same time, that is what this is doing, right? This whole software and suite of software is, hacking the game. It's bypassing the anti-cheat and doing things for you that other people don't have access to, right? It's making it very unfair and giving you a very high competitive advantage. However, this is the problem right here. Is it legal? That's the big question. Is this legal or is this not legal? Because they're selling a thing. They're selling a product, and the product is doing exactly what it is. They call it malicious, but is it really, right? Is it malicious for where exactly does that lie? Yes, what they're doing is malicious. The person using it is intentionally giving themselves an unfair advantage maliciously, right? When you put string words together, you can make it fit. However, Cheat Engine isn't doing it, right? Cheat Engine is not the person who's using the thing. They're developing the software. The software itself may have malicious intent in the vein of it's going to give somebody an unfair competitive advantage. It puts the game in easy mode, as it were to say, right? Even against human players. However, I lost my thought. Yeah. Anyway, it's just the question, is it legal? It is against their TOS, of course. It's against their EULA, right? Somewhere in there is a no cheating clause in the EULA that will detail various forms of cheating and stuff, which means, of course, they can ban anyone they find actively cheating. However, suing somebody for developing the tools to allow somebody else to actually do the thing that is violating the EULA technically is not against the law. And I guess the other thing would have to be like, where this lawsuit would take place, right? This is Activision. Would they be petitioning for? Because first thing's going to happen is they have to file a petition for what is the thing called? Where they have to figure out where the actual court proceedings and everything will take place, right? Jurisdiction thing. So they're going to have to first take the time to say, look, we think this should be dealt here for these reasons. Meanwhile, because they're German, right? That would hold them to German law. If the company is based in Germany, it was Germany, right? Yeah. Anyway, they can also make a petition and say, look, no, we've developed this thing. It's not malicious. People pay for it. They pay for the service. They use it. And now you're suing us because you don't like how they're using it. You have to come to us, kind of deal. So then they would go into this battle, and the first year or two of this entire lawsuit, depending on how hard it's fought on both sides, it could be that long. We've seen a jurisdiction fight last, I think, for somebody, who was it, Mark Wade and somebody, I think, lasted about a good year and a half, on how that proceeding went before we could even get into the meat and potatoes of the entire lawsuit that was happening at the time. But anyway, the publisher also says Activision is entitled to defendants' profits, or failing that, alternatively, Activision is entitled to the maximum statutory damages in the amount of $2,500 with respect to each violation by defendant, as well as legal costs. And yeah, that's about where we're at right there. Now, all this really lies on whether or not, say, you develop a program that allows you to cheat in a game that is online. Can they actually hold you legally responsible for user A, B, and C to purchase that program off of you and then utilize it to break their code of conduct on their game? And I think that is where this comes down to. And honestly, I don't think that's going to be something they can do. But at the same time, this is going to set a huge precedence, right? It's like the Roblox thing too. If dude is a giant troll and they really hate the troll and they are suing the troll and they win that lawsuit, and Roblox is not a company that you want to roll over to, but at the same time, they're huge, right? They make a ton of money. That's why we have all these things and talking about NFTs and stuff lately. It's because people want to replicate the Roblox formula without replicating the Roblox formula, if that makes sense. But yeah, these things will set a thing to where, if you troll too hard in a game, there's a good chance that the company itself may come after you. And if they win that lawsuit over on Roblox, that's kind of a scary set of things in place. And so does this in a way, right? You develop a program to allow people to cheat in a thing, and then the company holds you responsible for the people actually doing the thing. It honestly feels like that is what they're trying to do, is to hold EngineOwning responsible for the thousands of players who cheat in their game. And I just don't see that as being a thing, but it will be interesting to watch this and see how it evolves, for those reasons, of course. So with that, I think that's all I've got. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.